Hi everyone, this is a tutorial to show you how to pick up stitches along a selvage edge. So what that means is that the very last stitch, for example that one there, stretches across two of the actual rows that you were working. So can you see the second stitch here? There we've got 1, 2 rows worked, but the selvage stitch stretches across those 2 rows. So to pick up along an edge like that, you've got a couple of options. One option is simply to pick up in the middle of the second row of stitches, so that you have 1 stitch per row to pick up into. But you can actually pick up into the selvage edge by either picking up, so counting that space as 1 stitch, and then the space where the selvage edges actually join together, which is there, you can pick up into the middle of that as well, and that would be in effect your second stitch. So just as an example, let's say you were asked to pick up 5 in every 6 rows along this edge. I'll just show you what that would look like. So if you were picking up 5 in every 6, you would start by picking up into the middle of your first stitch, like so, and then you'd want to pick up into that smaller space between, sort of where the 2 selvage stitches join together in effect. That's number 2. Number 3 would be through the larger space of the next selvage stitch. Number 4 would be the space where the next 2 selvage stitches kind of join together. And then number 5 would be into the larger space. Oops. Number 4 would be into that space where the 2 selvage stitches join together. Number 5 would be into the next larger space where the next selvage stitch is. And then you'd skip number 6, which would be that smaller space where the selvage stitches join. So you'd skip number 6. And that way you're picking up 5 in every 6 rows. I'll also just show you how, because quite a common ratio for picking up is 5 in every 7 stitches. So I'll just show you how I like to do that. So if I'm picking up 5 in every 7, I pick up the first 2 and then skip 1. So I've picked up into the first selvage stitch and the space where the first and second selvage stitches join. I'm going to skip the larger space. I'm going to skip that next stitch and pick up where these 2 selvage stitches join. And here I'm going to pick up 1, 2, the second into the larger space where that selvage stitch is, and then 3 into the space between the next 2 selvage stitches, and then I'm going to skip the next one. So to pick up 5 in 7, pick up 2, skip the next space, pick up 3, skip the next space. Keep repeating that pattern until you've picked up all the stitches that you want to. The final thing I wanted to just mention about picking up stitches is make sure that you pick up into the same space between the stitches on every row. So here, for example, you can see a really neat column of knit stitches running along next to where I'm picking up, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that consistency. If I was to then accidentally pick up into a stitch further in, you can see it starts to look really untidy because suddenly you've interrupted that line of knit stitches. You've got this kind of stretched out stitch here. Try to avoid doing that as much as possible. It just looks much tidier if you have that consistent column of knit stitches running alongside where you're picking up. Okay, I hope that helps.